Welcome to another episode of Behind the Studs, your home improvement and remodeling podcast, where the two most entertaining guys discuss the do's and don'ts in home construction and in the remodeling industry. Remember that you can nail it, paint it, or just tune into the show. How about that? Here are your hosts, Colin Shaw and Jimmy Driscoll.
How we doing, everyone?
Yes, we are.
Back to another episode of Behind the Studs.
That's us.
Yeah. Season 3.
Episode what?
12. Not bad, huh?
Nice. That's
Yeah,
not bad.
not bad.
Keep
Thank
it going.
God for you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. So we have another guest with us this week.
Thank
which we're
God.
Yep. So that people
You're
don't
sick
just
and
have
tired of talking to me. I know that
say,
for sure.
I think everybody else is sick and tired of us talking to each other, too. Although I do want to say thank you very much. We had a few new subscribers over this
Awesome.
past week, so thank you. Welcome aboard and share the knowledge.
And share the wealth, share the love.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So we do have somebody with us today who's joining an elite group of only 3 other people that has made it back on our show a second time.
How about that?
What do you think, huh?
Yeah.
Not bad.
I don't know if that's good or bad now.
We're looking at it as good.
All right.
Yeah. So we have Josh here from Green Valley Tree. How are
Yeah.
you, Josh?
Not bad, not bad.
Good.
You guys?
Yeah, we're
Josh
doing
was
good.
with us at the homeowners show over
Yeah.
in Mohegan Sun.
Yep, back in February before we knew life was going to change like
Yeah.
we'd never known before.
Right.
Ooh, man.
And we were right in the middle of it, too. You know, I was talking to somebody else about it. There we were at the home show when there was already cases being, reported, but nobody had masks on. We weren't social distancing. We weren't
No.
doing anything. It was the end of February, too.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean-
within a couple of weeks, it was like,
Bang.
boom.
People switch
Over.
from shoulder to shoulder to,
Right?
hey,
Yeah.
how you doing over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we wonder, are we ever going to go back to shaking hands?
No.
I think that's done, isn't it?
No.
You know, it's really strange. It's the big thing when you meet somebody and when we walk up to customers, hey.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you pause. And it's that interaction that everybody's missing. I
Yeah.
don't care who you talk to. Everybody's like, I miss shaking hands and introducing
Absolutely.
myself.
I had a lady
It's the
today.
little
She went like
things.
this, and then she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's all right.
Yep.
Just-
I think it's going to be like Southeast Asia. We're just going to bow.
That's what I'm saying.
Bow. Yeah.
It's a sign of respect.
It is.
Yeah.
Big time.
But yeah, I mean, doing what we do, meeting customers all the time, it's automatic. Put the hand out.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, what are you going to do? Things will change again, I'm sure. So, yeah.
We're doing good with it.
Yeah. So, Josh, tell us a little bit about yourself. How'd you get started in this business?
Yeah.
Again.
So,
Again.
yeah.
Again, we have a
That's
whole
the-
new audience now. We're up to,
Yeah,
that's
we
right.
do.
We're up
That's
to
right.
You guys are
19,000.
expanding
So,
pretty good. I
yeah,
watch you on
19,000.
Instagram, and
Oh, cool.
you guys
Thank
are
you.
moving along.
Appreciate
So-
that.
Yeah, so I was a car guy, needed a job, and ended up absolutely loving the trade and fell in love with climbing. And next thing I know, I was like, all right, let's see what the whole caring about trees thing's in. Next thing I know, loving arboriculture, and figured I'd give it a shot doing a business, supposed to be part-time, and ended up just jumping in with both feet. And
Nice.
here we are.
Now, how long ago did you start?
So we're in our 5th year of business this year. We're
Nice,
actually really
congrats.
bummed. We want to do a nice party or something. Invite everybody like, hey, we made it 5 years. Check it out. Cool.
Yeah.
And, COVID. Can't have anything. So.
Josh, you ain't going anywhere, dude.
No.
You are in such high demand.
Oh, absolutely.
Tree guys will tackle you on the street.
Yeah.
To take you in.
Yeah.
So we actually started the business. It was about 2 weeks after we closed on our first home, Ariel and I,
Oh, wow.
my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And we had $3,000 to my name. And I said, hey, called her up. It was about 11:40. I was working for somebody else. Said, I've had enough. This is it.
Really?
It's 3.5 hours away from home, working in
Wow.
Schenectady, New York on some
Oof.
720 lines.
Mm.
So 720,000 volts, if that gives you guys an idea. Climbing
Wow.
next to them.
Really?
Yeah, so
Doing tree
your
work.
typical outside lines are 24 kV on your main back feeds.
Okay.
Some of your right-of-ways around here are 345. So these are your major transmission lines
Wow.
coming out of Niagara Falls and stuff.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
That's scary.
It's great.
Yeah.
Dude. Makes the hair stand up on you.
I
you know?
bet.
You got to have
Oh.
some kind of excitement, right?
Yeah.
So then I really want to start a business, and that's how we got going. And
Well, good for her too to give you the vote of confidence,
Yep.
and
That's great.
and now look at you.
yeah, I mean, we got our own crane now, couple of trucks, bucket
truck,
We're,
yep.
we're moving right along, and
Yeah.
I could never pictured it. I say day after day to have the feedback that we've had from our customers and about who we are and what we offer. It feels great.
That's
It
awesome.
doesn't feel like 5 years at times. It feels like 10
Really?
as I look
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, man. But then I look back as I talk to people, it's like, wow, it's only been 5 years.
I know.
That's it.
I know.
Holy cow.
I feel the same way about I've been doing this for a little over 15 years, and it definitely feels a lot longer than that. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, some days it feels a lot.
Are you still
longer.
waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning like I am? It's just like, oh, let's start the day right now.
Yep.
And then it's just like, okay, toss and turn, and finally fell back to sleep in about an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
The worst is after you
stand
fall back asleep, because then your body's like, all right, I'm ready to go, and then you go to wake up and go,
Yeah.
drag myself back up.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's nice to know we meet another guy who really enjoys this kind of work.
Right.
You know, you like to get up in the morning and go, what are we going to do today? This is awesome.
Yep.
You know, but you have some hazards, and I know one of them, I was talking to one guy, he said, you get up in a bucket, and you get up way up there, and you bump into a freaking hornet's nest. Not much to do, right?
Nope.
Just try to get the hell out of there as fast as
That's right.
possible.
Yep.
Hey,
That's right. You bomb
bang.
out.
Ugh. Yeah, no, I'm out.
Oh, I found out this. Well, you can't do it where you are. When you're way up in the air are you getting white-faced hornets? Or are you just getting like regular wasps? What do you get? Everything?
You know, whiteface, they tend to stay up in the trees more. You'll bump into yellow jackets here and there in some of the cavities. Honeybees, that's another big one. Actually, I think I found my first hive with honeybees 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
So what do you do when you see them? What do you do?
Hives, we try to call somebody in. I mean,
To get 'em, smoke 'em
pollinators
out.
are detrimental to
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
environment. So
Right.
you want to move the pollinators out and call somebody and then go back to doing what you got to do.
Right.
So-
That's good. That's cool. That's very, very cool. So I just want to let you
So I
know
keep
to the
kicking the mic.
homeowners,
Sorry.
to the homeowners, if you run into, and this is really cool, and I found this out from Andy. Captain
Okay.
Andy?
Captain Andy. Yep.
If you bump into a white-faced hornet's nest, if you have it, I'm sure it'll work with anything. You hung a piece of bluefish out, piece of fish, right? Hanging out near the nest if you can get close to the nest. The white-faced hornets will come out and feed off of that till they die.
On the
They will
meat?
eat till they'll die. You wake up in the morning and they're all dead around it because of the protein.
And I thought I was the only one that walked around with bluefish in my back pocket.
Right.
Nope.
Hey,
Oh,
I
perfect.
told
There
you
you
you'd
go.
find your double.
Yeah.
But fish or any kind of chicken would do it too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll eat till they're dead. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
just like when the horse gets into
Now,
the
what do we do
barn.
with the murder hornets when they come in?
Oh,
What do-
Oh, jeez.
What do we do with
Yeah,
oh
those?
my
no,
God.
That's scary.
We've never seen any of those, really?
No.
No.
Isn't there like one that came into the state or something like
They're
that?
out in Washington. That was like the African killer bees that came in
Yeah.
that swarm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
down
yeah.
south.
Yeah.
Some pretty gnarly insects out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Relentless. Mother Nature.
She's been on a roll, hasn't she?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So, yeah, we had the tropical storm a few weeks back.
Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
finally got some sleep.
Crazy, yeah. We took our first weekend off after 2.5 months, and the storm didn't help. Then we got the tornado.
Right, because
You
in
know,
certain
it's
areas
like
where
one
you
after the other.
Yeah, that's right.
New England's just getting pounded. I mean, it's
is.
got to be crazy for all the remodelers and home
Yep.
improvement people.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's just
Well, that's great.
So the phone rings. And the other thing, too, is when you show up, it's with welcome arms. Everyone's so happy that you're there.
oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
yep. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you just show up to a house. I mean, we show up for stuff that's a branch on a home. You know, smacks a chimney. You still have to have it if the cap gets cracked or anything like that. So we take it off, refer out to a mason or something. But you get a tree that cuts your home in half. I mean,
What are you going to do there?
Yeah.
you can only tape off the room and tarp it for so long.
That's right. Yeah.
That's so true.
You want to get that fixed quick. This way, you're not getting any kind of mold or any other issues.
Was there any
So-
specific type of tree that took a damage into the storm? Was it just old oaks or was it everything? What was it?
Yeah, so it's funny you ask. So me, obviously being kind of a tree geek, I pay attention to that kind of stuff. So it was really interesting. This past storm, we saw a pattern. I talked to a few other arborist friends. Red oaks uprooting, maples breaking, typically in half or in the top third, and hickory trees just breaking tops and hanging up. And it's interesting because hickories are very fibrous. They typically handle the storms. And the pattern was consistent from here to Westport. And no matter where we went, it was the same pattern. It was very interesting. I talked to a few friends over at a couple universities and what their thoughts were, and they were baffled on the same thing. So
Wow, interesting.
I just had the issue with I had a hickory in my backyard.
Yep.
My neighbor had it. It snapped into my yard, and he was like, "Wow!" And it was hinged.
Yep.
So he was like, "Wow, that's a hickory. That's a tough tree. You rarely ever see that." And that thing snapped like nothing.
yeah, I mean, the way the winds worked all the way across the state, we've got a very large area that we cover. And just watching the way the wind pattern was very consistent in the way it just moved directly across everything.
Wow.
It was, I think it was kind of cool, interesting to see
Right,
how
right.
things
yeah.
reacted.
Well, it's new. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's new to
And to
us.
see that pattern across I mean, Connecticut, from Westport all the way out to Norwich and Preston and stuff. I mean, that's a very large piece of land in between.
Yeah.
So,
But doesn't a red oak, doesn't that have is it a wide root system? It's not a deep system. It's a wide system, right? Wide root, would you say?
so your root structure really depends on your landscape. And where
Oh,
are we
okay.
at? You know, it's
All
on the
right.
wood line. It's in the middle of a yard. Was it cleared? Now it's in the middle of your yard. It used to be a forest setting, so.
Mm-hmm. So that
That
kind of
always
weakens the root
changes.
system once
Yep.
you've cleared the yard, right?
Yeah, because your forest trees, I mean, your top 18 inches of soil, that's where all your roots are. So there could be more subsurface. You start getting into yards, a tree that's able to establish and dig down, I mean, it's going to have a better root structure and system.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be much larger, a lot closer. Your furthest roots are out to your drip line. So as trees topple, and we look at our patterns with our root plates and what's the structure of these and where's our tap roots, where are our feeder roots and fibrous roots. It's all stuff that I look at. So when I look at trees and assess them for risk, we get a good idea of what's going on.
What's the drip line? I don't understand.
So drip line is the furthest point of the tree. So as you move out in the tree, that's the area where your furthest most leaves are. So that drip line is typically where all your feeder roots are from there inside.
Okay.
And you always got
Interesting.
roots that will kick out further to bring
Yeah.
nutrition depending on your area and the tree species.
I was doing a quick study on trees. We have a small like a Japanese maple in the yard.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it, but I'm also looking at the branch structure. And now I understand nature. You know, when you always draw pictures of trees and stuff, the branches arch up a little bit or out, but they always tilt inside to the trunk. So that means when they get wet, the water runs towards the tree trunk and runs down. Gravity-wise, do you agree with that? Or is that Jimmy?
I don't know.
I see the face.
It's
Yeah.
the way the connective tissues are. So your strongest part of the tree actually is the bottom of the branch. So whenever you go to rip a branch off, those strongest connective tissues are on the bottom.
Right.
Your weakest is actually on the top.
Right.
So
Okay.
trees are just simply growing straight up for the sun. So when they sprout out, that's when they're going to go out and they'll bend and move depending on the weight and where they're reaching.
All right.
So now, what are the things you look for to when you're doing a risk assessment on a tree?
So if we're assessing a tree to see if it's a safe tree, if it can stay, let's say you got a tree in your yard, you really like it, but you're worried about it. So we go ahead and look at soil conditions. What's the root plate look like? What are the structure of the tree? Do we need to amend anything by pruning to lessen weight? Does it need cables? Does it have any kind of cavities where that we need to address by different pruning methods? Is it sparse on its leaves? Is there a lot of dieback? What do we have going on in soil compaction? There's a lot that goes into it. What are your potential targets? Is there walkways? Is there a home? What's the frequency of that walkway in your driveway? Is it paved? I shouldn't say a couple. There's a lot of factors that go into it, really.
Okay. Now, somebody who sees their tree losing leaves or not getting leaves on branches and stuff as the seasons go on, is that something that they should give you a call, have you take a look at, and see if the whole tree is dead at that point, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's times where it's just simply drought related. A tree may not be tolerant after a couple of years, or there may be new construction, bought a house, new yard's gone in. Now those trees are stressed. Everything's been compacted, soil stripped, move in and out.
Okay.
And, the climate's changed quite a bit too. So we're seeing a lot of environmental impact with these droughts. We're getting droughts for a sustained period of time, then we're getting rain. But
It
your
stresses
ground-
the tree out.
Exactly.
It still stresses the tree out.
and your ground's only going to absorb about a quarter inch of rain an hour. The rest is just watershed. So just runoff.
So can you tell? Because it's a phenomenon to us. It's just like, oh my God, I never knew that. When a branch breaks off or a tree breaks in half, which happened in my house, it was totally eaten away by carpenter ants. Can you tell that when you go, this tree is gonna fall, it's gonna crack, it's empty? Can you tell?
Yeah, we've got our methods of
Tell me.
sounding the tree and seeing it. Actually, we just got done doing what's called the tomograph. And then, so essentially, we're ultrasounding the tree.
Really?
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, very cool.
kidding.
So you can
So-
see what's in there.
You got it.
Wow.
And so we sounded the tree. It didn't sound quite right. Big pine tree. Codominant stem. And I said, I think we got some issues in here. So what we did is we tomographed it. So essentially we sounded the tree, put a bunch of sensors around. We were able to map the tree, find out where the cavities were, if it's sound wood, if it's dead, alive. And sure as can be, it was about 58% hollow. So,
Wow.
in the location with some of the other structural defects, time to go.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yep. Yeah,
I
so
think I got a hollow tree.
Yeah.
And you come in with your scrubs on and everything.
That's right.
Beep, 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 beep.
Looking
That's
for the
how I ride.
looking
tree
for the
surgeon.
Keebler elves.
That's
That's
something,
right.
dude.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's
that
fascinating.
is. Wow.
Yeah, we got some
Modern
pretty cool
technology.
tools.
Yeah.
Well, they just found out. I saw it on TED Talks when I was. They actually, I forget where I was. I was out Midwest, and they were talking about this woman who did the science of trees and how they are all connected. The grandfather trees and the saplings and everything else by the compost and by the fungi and everything else.
Yep.
That there's an energy between them and they communicate.
Yep.
So, like you just said, it makes perfect sense when you clear out a section and when you're building a house or you're building a path or whatever, you've just stressed out that whole area. You've broken up the energy, but the energy field between the trees and the branches and stuff.
Yeah,
I believe in that.
Yeah, trees emit hormones, and that's what invites insects. Insects that pick up on the hormones. EAB. That's our most prominent issue right now with our ash trees.
EAB meaning?
Emerald ash borer. So
Okay.
when a tree's stressed, those bugs, the insects, are going to be attracted to those before they're attracted to a healthy tree. So they see it's weak, so hey, we can go and attack this, and we're good to go.
Wow. So if a tree gets injured or cut or roots get cut up, it shows its stress, and then the EABs come marching in.
With ash trees, yeah.
With
But
ash.
any tree itself in general is going to emit hormones. So depending on what the insects are, that's going to affect that particular species. Yeah. You got it.
Figure that out. This tree is very hormonal.
Yep.
Oh my God. It's throwing branches at me. Its hormones are up. Jeez.
We can read women, but not trees.
We can't read
Right.
trees. I can read. Oh my God. I could read you like a tree.
Yeah.
That's what you should say to your wife when you get in an argument.
Yeah.
Hey, I can read you like a tree.
Sounds like cold sandwiches. Then.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So what's your favorite, man? What do you love about your job? What do you love about it?
I don't get up climbing the trees as much as I used to. I'm out doing a lot of the sales since we've grown so much. But my hands down favorite, just nothing beats being up in the canopy, just jumping and moving and swinging around. I mean, the views are always changing. Just something about swinging through the canopy, quite literally, and walking around. It's just fun.
Not this guy.
Come
No
on,
way
you don't like
in
being
hell.
on like
he's
a
a
10,
fool.
11 millimeter
I don't-
rope,
I don't-
walking on
no, I don't
300,
like heights.
60,
No.
70 feet up in the air?
No.
Oh no. No, I got him on an extension ladder one time painting a gable, and I was like, wow, why is this ladder shaking?
I'm good going up. It's coming down. That's the issue.
Oh, that's the easy
I
part.
I could climb a tree, but
Yeah.
I can't come back down.
Oh, that's the easy part. Just
Yeah.
step over.
Yeah. Nope.
It's the
Wow.
express route.
Yeah. Yep.
Huh?
Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
Got a great team working for you, I'm sure, right? A bunch
Yeah,
of great guys.
it's taken a long time to assemble the team that we
Sure.
have.
Yeah.
And I'll be very honest, I'm very picky because they all have to work together as a team. So when you're working with people, they're showing up on the job site. It's their representation of the company and who you are. And so to have that day in, day out, I'm very proud of the employees and who we have working for us.
That's great. Yeah. Keep them.
Yeah. We are actually hiring. We're actually looking for
Really?
another foreman. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're
Okay.
looking for another climber, bucket operator. So somebody's
Nice.
out there listening, and they're looking to join a quality company and be proud of where you work.
Yeah.
Good
Shout out,
equipment
touch
too.
base.
You get some ass kicking equipment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we really make sure we stay on top of it. I mean, the crane's the newest. That's the baby. That's the big feature. But everything's polished, kept clean. I mean, most of our trucks are 05s, 06, and 07s.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
never know it. I mean,
Yeah.
it gives the employees a sense of pride when they show up. Truck's clean, it runs, it works properly. We're not showing up in a rust bucket. It's not clunking and leaking. So we try to make sure that they have quality equipment, so they're proud of what they jump in and have to use every day.
So
Remind me to tell you a story later in the show.
yeah, I got a story too. I got a great story to tell you. So I got Josh here, who's got he's got all top of the line stuff, great crew to set. And then I've got Paul. Now, you laugh, but listen to this. He inspired me so much, and he's such a great guy. So I was working on a house, and he was renting an apartment at the time. He's from Maine. He's almost 72. He still has a truck. He still gets in the bucket.
Nice.
He's been cutting trees down for over 52 years, right? He is fit as a fiddle. I mean it. He looks like he's amazing looking. His knees are starting to bother him now. But his knowledge on trees and stuff, and what he talks about, and he's got that Maine accent, it's just like, dude, winner, chicken dinner. I mean, this guy, he does an amazing job. I was trying to help him one day when we took down a tulip tree in my yard.
Yeah.
And I had my little saw. I'm like, I'm going to help him out. I'm going to be a good guy. And I cut a branch, and the whole tree shifted. And he just went, hey! And he gave me one of those looks, like, what are you doing? And I was like, okay, shut the thing right off, put it away. I'll go get you guys something to drink, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But, yeah, working with people like that and just watching him work. And he had a bunch of guys working for him. But, dude, I have to say, he was not OSHA compliant on a few things that he did. Standing on the top of the bucket.
Yeah.
Running the rope around the top of the branch.
Yeah. Do they all stand up and reach that extra couple 5 feet?
But he got it, too. He cut this stuff down. He knew exactly where it was going to go, where it was going to fall. He knew his stuff.
Yep.
So, very, very impressed. I'm very impressed with you guys, and I think you guys are very brave in what you do.
Yes.
I don't think you're not stupid at what you do at all. You can't be. You have no margin for error. Especially because of the property and you've got so much to contend with just cutting down a tree.
Right.
How it falls, where it's going to fall, how it's going to fall, will it fall? You know?
Absolutely.
And then because there's so many idiots out there who like me who would it's going to fall that way.
Yeah.
Hey, why did this thing just hit me on the head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little sapling, pink. Wow.
Yeah.
That's something. That really is. That's something. I'm sure you've had some difficult cuts you've had to do, like either on hills or. Do you cut in windy conditions?
We work year round, all day, every day, unless we have something that we're in a yard that we can't move a couple of schedules around so we can avoid a yard that's gonna be really bad. We use mats, so we actually have plastic mats so we can build roads in and out. So when we want to keep our impact down, customers don't want to see tire marks or any drag marks
on the lawn.
Yep. We can get in, get out. I mean, the skid steer we have actually has flotation tires. The wheels actually articulate on it too. So even that alone, without mats, we leave next to no impact. So
wow.
And to answer your question about the hairy cuts, those are the fun cuts. If you go up and you're like, all right, we got to pop another top out, lower this thing down. That's cool and all, but when you can take 3,000 pounds and 4,000 pounds, hang it into itself on a log and lower it down safe, efficient, and smooth, that's where it's fun. You hang a F-150 upside down on a tree in itself and move it sideways and set it down with no impact. That's the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good
for you.
What's your biggest horror story? We always ask, what's your horror story?
Let's see. When I was doing a little bit of side work one time back before we started the business, I was helping somebody out, and I was like, all right, you can run the ropes, and they I put a little too much trust in the pretty good sized piece with them, and we were able to get it down, but it broke, went a little sideways. Like, all right, hold on. I quickly roped and rigged a couple other pieces into itself so we can move it sideways, but it was around 2,300 pounds long, probably a 50, 60-foot lead, but we got it down.
Well,
luckily it's for a family member. So
there you go.
I was like, hey, we're not going to do that one again. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go a little bit smaller with you.
I have a guy I know who's been cutting trees down for a living for a long, long time, and sure enough, on his day off, helping a guy out, cash job.
Never fails.
Up there.
When you want to go help somebody, it's when something's always wrong.
That's how, and he got hurt.
I'm sure for you guys too. Sure, I'll go help you. Whatever, remodel this real quick. That's like, crap.
Yep.
Yep.
You know,
Mr. Good Guy.
Yeah.
no good deed goes unpunished.
That's right.
Yep.
That's
not the truth.
Every good deed goes punished.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
So I'll tell you my story.
All right.
So,
well, thanks for having us tonight, and thank you for the show.
Listen.
I'm listening. Ooh,
so
okay,
no. So I'd known this guy for years and years, and he started his own tree business, and he was gonna, give me a great deal on some trees. And I said, great. I've had actually like 15 trees in my yard taken down since I bought the place, because there were a lot of them that were just right around the house. So called this guy, and he's going to take good care of me. And, he's out there and he's climbing trees and just hanging on with like one hand while, cutting. Just absolute crazy. There's no rope or anything else tied off. There's nothing.
Oh, perfect.
The next day he's supposed to come back. I get a phone call and I'm like, where are you? And he's like, well, I got delayed. I said, what do you mean you got delayed? And he's like, well, I'm waiting for one of my guys to come in because he has to blow into the breathalyzer on my vehicle because I'm too drunk to. But I'll be there soon. Don't worry. I said, take the day off.
That's great.
Oh my God, this guy's out there just. He's hammered up there.
And people wonder why our insurance is so
high. Exactly. It's like, oh my God.
Why does it cost that much to get the tree down? Well,
that's why.
So now when people call you and they want to take a tree down, there's two different ways you could probably go at it, price wise. Either we take it down, we clean it up, we take it out of here, it's done, or you drop it and you leave it for them.
Yeah, exactly. I tell people it's like going to the car wash. You know, you go through,
Yep.
you get the car washed, or do you want it waxed? Do you want your tires shiny?
Right,
You know, there's
right,
always
right.
those different levels.
Yep.
So we call it the smash and crash. So
Yep.
you drop the tree, put it on the ground, walk away, no cleanup, or you might want to leave some of the wood, just chip the brush, no cleanup, or
Yep.
maybe we'll rake up and maybe haul the whole tree away and grind the stump, throw some grass seed or sod down. It all
Right.
depends on what you want for your final product. How much work do you want to put in?
Well, see, that's the thing too. Now, what would you tell somebody? Like, do you kind of like ask them a couple of questions? Are you sure you want to do this? Are you familiar with cutting trees? And do you have a chainsaw? Or
So I always ask the customer if it's a nice tree and it's in a good spot. I always ask them, so out of curiosity, why do you want this gone? And sometimes it's because dendrophobia. People are afraid of the tree. They don't understand, is it safe? Is it good to go?
Mm-hmm.
And so to educate, that's the biggest thing, especially when we start getting trees that are close to homes, educating that, the tree's actually safe. We can actually do A, B, and C, and you guys can keep enjoying it. Keep that shade for the AC in the summer, listen to the birds as they land on it,
Yep.
and, enjoy the habitat. And so reassuring people on where things are at and being educated is really important instead of, there's a lot of tree companies out there, but finding an arborist to make sure that you hire, whether it is just a tree removal or not, so you can get educated properly is huge, because that's a big chunk of change coming out of your pocket.
sure it is. Yeah.
Josh,
Yeah.
where'd you get your education on all this? Was it just by being out in the field and you just learned from the old timers, or?
Yep. Yeah, so a lot of it's on the job, and then I just started diving in, lots of reading, then going through a lot of tests, went through some classes and stuff, continued to educate myself, and just between on the job, all the reading material through UMass has actually got a great program, so picking up a lot of their books and literature, working my way up, taking a couple tests. I'll be honest, I failed the first time. The Connecticut Arborist exam is not easy.
Really?
So it's actually a 3-part test, yeah.
Huh.
So you go, you do your written, you have to have a certain percentage in order to pass. Then once you do your written, then you go through and do your tree ID at the Connecticut Agricultural Experiment Station. And we've got your ornamentals to your regular native trees, deciduous, conifer, you name it, they're all there. So, and then you have to be able to identify no matter what they point at. And then your third part is you sit in front of the panel. So you got
jeez.
3 people. The camera is, you right there. And you're getting grilled type of thing. And if you have to have all of them meet and come in line, and then once you pass that, then you're good to go.
That's intimidating.
Yeah. So
wow.
It's a lot of chemical questions and understanding, the environment where you can use these products. And,
All
Where
right.
the toothpicks come from? Which tree?
yeah, exactly.
So on a personal note, do you guys deal with fruit trees?
Yes,
You do?
any
Nice.
any trees,
Nice.
you name it.
I
We
need
plant them, we prune them, we remove them.
I need you to look at my peach tree.
Yeah,
We finally got peaches this year
Oh, nice.
after like 7 years or whatever it is. So, but the tropical storm knocked it almost completely over on its side.
Oh, yep.
So now I've got like ratchets going, and I'm trying to pull it back and get it to sit, straight again, and over time.
Trying
so.
to guy it back.
But we did get a lot of insects and stuff on the tree, so I'm
Yep.
gonna have to talk to you about that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's totally stressed out. Now they know the
Yeah.
EPA, whatever.
Yeah.
EPF or
Got some
whatever.
damn bug looking
Those
at the
damn
hormones
bugs.
on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
thing.
Just go out there and sing to it,
Yeah.
comfort it.
I could do that.
Hug your peaches, bro. Make sure you got a bathrobe on.
Of course. So what other services do you guys offer?
So, it's funny you're talking about trees and, yards and caring for them. So one of the other things that we do is we do a lot of planting. Big on trying to plant trees. I mean, we've lost a lot between gypsy moth damage, now EAB, and
Right.
climate change is affecting a lot of our white pines. I know that's not the favorite of a lot of people, but if that's all you have in your yard, that's privacy.
Sure.
It's shade.
Yep.
So what we do is that we actually have a program. So if we remove a tree off your property, we'll actually do a planting for you, and we'll discount the tree itself when we do the planting. So it's kind of a way to put some beauty back in your yard or replant, add a little more environment, really.
Nice.
A little color, some fruit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Fruit trees.
Want
Absolutely.
some more apples or
Yeah.
something, pears.
Yep.
Josh, I have to say I am very impressed. I am impressed with you and your company and what you have to say and your knowledge and stuff like that. I mean, I would feel very safe and secure if you came over to cut a tree down in my yard. I'm like, I know I got nothing to worry about.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm going to go get you lunch is what I'm going to get you guys. Lunch, whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Perfect. Glad to
So,
hear
so
that.
you'll take down some trees in my house for lunch.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go. And a peach.
And
Yeah,
a
yeah,
peach.
exactly.
Nice. All right.
Do I get to
All
pick the restaurant?
Yeah, absolutely. You can pick the restaurant. Yes. And snow plowing in the off season.
Yeah, so we do
Yeah.
commercial snow plowing. We
Okay.
stay up near us. We're based out of North Windham. So we stay right up near us, and we just do all the parking lots.
Cool.
We got a few that we do. We don't get too big into that. We used to do it just to make sure we keep our employees busy and make sure they have an income.
Yep.
In the winter when we were slow, but now we're just year round. It's been phenomenal. I say it all the time, like I said in
Yeah.
the show. I still can't picture that we've been this far and we've grown like this. It
Right.
feels so good.
That's great.
That effort, the sleepless nights, especially when you're a business with your spouse. I don't care who you are, you're stressed at some point. You're going after each other, so it makes some of that stress and all that all worth it when you look back and see where we've gotten to. It's great.
Yeah. I mean, and any business owner knows those first couple of months and first year or so it's rough. It's rough. We've talked about it before. I remember sitting there at my house waiting for the phone to ring, and then it would ring, and then I go, all right, do I answer it now or do I wait, make it sound like I'm busy and I'm not right here by the phone, and I have nothing going on for the next week or so, and they're like, can you come tomorrow? I'm like, oh no, sorry, we're really busy, I can't. I got nothing else going on. So
Let me look at my calendar.
Yeah.
There's
There's
in.
nothing there.
You're really just moving the mouse around. You're moving your Cheetos. All right, I gotta clean up those crumbs real quick.
Man, it's so
Yeah.
stressful. And
Yeah.
it took me years to be able to say no to a job because I was always in that mentality of you never say no, you get the job and you got to have it,
It's funny. In my head, I'm sitting here thinking about all that, and I used to be up to like 9 o'clock answering the phone, and it took me forever for my wife to be like, "No, like you need to stop answering this at all hours."
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, we're gonna lose all this work."
Right.
And then when we finally transitioned, I'll tell you what, that was stressful for me. Like,
Yeah.
no, like I want to make sure that customer service is there. We gotta be
Right.
responsive.
Yeah.
And now we actually have business hours. It's really
Good.
nice.
Yeah, it is.
Now I go
It
out, do my
is.
quotes, and if
Yeah.
it's an emergency, we got our emergency line. You can contact us there.
That's different.
And we'll come out, pull that tree out of your driveway, house, whatever you got going on. Make sure you're safe.
Yeah. I turned all the alerts off on my phone. I don't see anything unless I'm at work.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It took a while for me to get there, too. Don't worry.
Yeah, we had one truck, and this truck almost crushed us. I told her, I said, I think I might have to go back to work for somebody. We dumped like 20 grand into this one truck, just kept rebuilding it.
Ugh.
And by the time we were done, the truck was brand new, and I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm done with this thing. Get it out of here.
Yeah. Really?
I'm tired of staring at it.
Yeah.
Yep. We sold that to purchase one of our other new trucks and chippers
Nice.
at the time, and I was like, "Phew, all right, that headache's gone.
Good. Got that bad
Right.
omen out of there.
Yeah, and then now I see it driving down the road, and it's like this perfect gem for the guy. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Wow.
At least somebody's happy
Yeah,
with it. Yeah.
exactly.
Wow.
So how do people find you?
So you can find us everywhere. We're,
Nice.
the big one is Google. Everybody's on maps.
Yeah.
Type us in,
Yep.
Green Valley Tree. We pop right up. You got Facebook. You type us in, greenvalleytreeworks.com.
Mm-hmm.
We're all over Instagram. Follow us. Go check us out. Green Valley
Yeah.
Tree LLC. We're always posting stories, showing what the guys are doing, what
Nice.
I'm doing.
Nice.
A little bit of feed throughout the day.
Yeah.
Interact.
TikTok yet?
No TikTok.
No
No
TikTok.
No.
Oh, boy.
Are you guys TikToking?
We are.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check that
Yeah,
out
check
now.
us out. Yeah.
I can only imagine.
We try. We try. Yeah. All right, Josh, thanks very much for joining us
Yeah,
yet
buddy.
again.
Really.
So,
Yeah. No,
hopefully
appreciate it.
maybe you'll even be the first person to come on 3 times.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh my
so-
God, dude.
We'll get
Yeah.
you guys, we should do an interview up in the tree, Canopy Adventures.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll be down below.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take the pictures and stuff.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
If you can, keep in touch with us. If you get something that's very troublesome, or you see something that would alert the consumer, like don't ever do this or don't do that, or you came across something that don't do it yourself if this happens, or something to the effect that we will mention it on the show. Josh was telling us about the story of this, that, the other thing, and you should never do this, and you should never do that, whatever.
Yeah.
Let us know. We'll bring it out to our listening audience. Let them
Yeah.
know.
On that note, we actually do a newsletter. So if anybody's interested
Oh, cool.
watching us, so we always put little tips in there and different things to look out for as a homeowner that you can do yourself, and how you can, improve your own yard without having to call us. And then obviously, if it's out of your range, your ability,
Yep.
just give us a shout.
Nice.
And by all means,
So how do they sign
shoot
up
us
for that?
your email and just, hey, add me to our newsletter. You can send that to info@greenvalleytreellc.com.
Cool.
And you can also go onto our website, greenvalleytreeworks.com, submit your info and say, hey, can we get on your newsletter?
Yeah.
So we always got little things that you guys can do, how to mulch, how to properly prune some trees, and what's to plant, what diseases.
Yeah.
All the,
Oh, that's
Who
good
puts that
information.
together? Your wife? Your wife puts that together?
yeah, so we do it combined, and so she goes through. Wife's extremely smart, so she does all the editing.
Nice.
So this way it reads properly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she always looks over, and that's what she does. She runs the office and makes sure all the HR stuff and all the guys have what they need, and
Yep.
we make sure all their benefits and all that are all online, so they're all good to go.
Nice. Nice. We have Marissa.
You have a wonderful wife, dude.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yep.
Heck of a cook.
And congratulations on the new member of the family, too.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yep. So,
3 months old next week, so
Yeah.
she's growing quick.
Well,
Talk
you
about
should-
time flies. Like you were saying at the beginning. I'm like,
yeah.
man,
You be careful in that bucket, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Be careful up there.
My daughter's a senior in college, and my son's a sophomore in college, and people are like, did the time fly? I'm like, the years go by very quickly, but there's some long days in between.
Is that the truth? Is that the truth?
There were some real long days.
Yeah, I can only imagine. You know,
Yep.
She's only just a little peach right now, so I can,
Oh, yeah,
as she
oh, yeah.
gets older.
And it's really cute when they grow up, they want to marry you, you know, and then that goes away. That goes away real fast.
Yeah, Dad, get away from me.
Right.
You're not cool.
Yeah.
I'm still
I'm
not
waiting for
cool.
those days. I hate you.
Yeah.
I wish you never
Yeah.
existed. Oh, great. Here
All
we
right,
go.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Break my heart.
Yeah.
So just on another note too, Jimmy, we are still working on coming up with a system to take phone calls.
Yeah.
So we actually reached out to a company, and they got their technical guys working on it, trying to modify their program that they offer to suit our needs.
Awesome.
Because
Cool.
we're showing them there's a whole new market out there for podcasters if they want to,
Beautiful.
work on their little technique here.
Beautiful.
So yeah. So once we get that up and running, we'll let everybody know.
Perfect.
All right, Josh. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Josh.
Happy to join, guys.
Jimmy, next week, huh?
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. See ya.
See ya.